So we came up with this idea to do an interview with Des as part of the interview segment because we thought that, because Des is leaving at the end of the year, it would be a nice kind of send off to him, and everybody in the School of Communications knows who Des McGuinness is. I mean, everybody in DCU knows who Des is. Like, when I was doing my undergrad, I knew the name Des McGuinness. I knew it better than the names of most of my lecturers in computing. So what we did was we went into the TV studio, put him in front of the green screen.
We chose to put him behind the green screen so that we could put him wherever we wanted to put him, basically. And we had a lot of fun doing that. He has been to the Death Star and to the deepest parts of the world.
Then Liam went and asked him the questions. We actually put up on Facebook as well, because I know so many people and we all know other people that might want to ask Des a question. We put up on Facebook, if you have any questions for Des McGuinness, let us know, because we're doing an interview with him. And we got a few good ones. What were some of the ones that we got?
The mustache.
The mustache. Oh, the mustache question. Sadly, it didn't end up in the final product.
So one of the bigger problems with Des's interview was that it was way too interesting. The entire 40 minutes was all usable and all great.
It was 50 minutes.
It was 40, I think I know. And so many tangents he went on, and they were all fantastic.
Yeah.
And none of them were answering the questions that we asked. So it took about 2 weeks solid to choose the parts of Des's interview to stay. One of the problems with it was that the green screen was changing the white balance the entire time. He was also Che Guevara for a while. What was the name we gave it?
Des Guevara.
Des Guevara.
So I had a couple of ideas for the project, and none of them really worked. And I'm not even sure what reminded me that this event was going on. But I did know that Declan Tweet was supposed to be one of the Viking reenactors. So we all kind of thought that would be fun to film and use to blackmail him.
Once we decided on the Viking reenactments, as luck would have it, my uncle knew the person in charge of the reenactments, Colette Gill. So he gave me her contact details, and through her we were able to set up a load of earlier things to cover while we were waiting for the reenactments to happen.
We got badgered by an old lady at several of the events to go to an art exhibition, which we then got invited along to by Colette and decided to go to it. I
don't think we knew it was the same.
No, we didn't know it was the same one. We did encounter a couple of problems. It was fairly packed. It was in a basement in Clontarf Castle. We originally thought it was in the Great Hall.
Yeah, and then we brought the EX3 with us.
Yeah.
We realised then we had nowhere to set it up. And then, so we had to drive back to
get a D3, it was a D5100.
D5100, yeah.
And that actually proved really useful for filming in the environment because it was so small and compact.
I think that was the first thing we used the D5100 for, and then we
realised that it was much
really
more
good.
Yeah.
We should actually keep using these for
we were actually supposed to interview our historian that day, but because of the time constraints put on us by having to go back and get the camera, we agreed to do it at the reenactment instead.
We came across this problem of scheduling the equipment because we needed to shoot a lot of things at the weekends, and taking out cameras on a Friday wasn't always the easiest thing to do because there was a journalism class who were doing a TV module on a Friday who took out the cameras just before loans closed. So that always seemed to be a problem for us, but we managed to work around it. Sometimes we had to film on DSLRs instead of EX3s, but it seems to have worked out in the end. The actual weekend that we were filming was Easter weekend, so we were very lucky in that college finished up on a Thursday, so we could take out the things from loans on Thursday, and there was no bother of actually taking them out. So we were able to get like everything. We basically took everything.
Steadicam rig, which they didn't have.
I will kick you off the desk.
John's disappointed because he couldn't get the Steadicam rig, but in hindsight,
we could.
We wouldn't have been, well, we couldn't use it. We weren't able to use it, and also we would never been able to use it on the site because there were too many people.
So on the days we were filming up in St. Anne's Park, because I'm the only one who has a car, I would have to drive the equipment there and drive some of the people there. But then on the second day, we had so much equipment that we had to put it in the back seat on top of people. So the car was just absolutely crowded. And it was a lot of equipment. Like we had 3 EX3s, 3 tripods, a boom mic, the stand for the Shoki here, and all the GoPros, tripods for the DSLRs, the DSLRs themselves.
So it was a really good thing that we turned up on the Friday before it all started getting busy, because one of the difficulties we had on the Saturday was when the reenactment started, around the arena was completely packed. Shell and I actually tried putting on the GoPros and could not get through the crowds.
We got lost.
We got lost right before the reenactment started, and we couldn't make our way back to the guys for the filming.
One of the things we didn't anticipate was the good weather, and we forgot to bring sun cream. So I think I got the worst of that, and there should be a photo here of what that looked like.
Oisin and I didn't get very sunburnt on the Friday because we decided to go on a bit of a road trip to pick up the GoPros.
It was the 2 GoPros.
The 2 GoPros, and also go to Tesco and get food, because we all forgot food. And so we came back and found glowing Michael.
One of our major problems when recording was one incident where we were at the casino in Mario and went to interview the local minister, Brian Hayes, minister for, what's he, history or something?
I think he's a junior minister, isn't he?
It's culture or something like
Either
that.
way, he's running in the EU
Something
elections.
along those lines. I don't follow politics.
We found the minister. We set up a nice little spot, and we called him over and we started to interview him. Now before this, Liam had told me that make sure you put the boom on phantom power, and I said, yeah, don't worry, I've done this before. And once we had interviewed him, we found out that I actually didn't put it on phantom power. But thankfully we had the internal microphone on the camera rolling, so we were able to get sound, and it was usable. It was usable, wasn't it?
No, well, I mean, as it turned out,
Oh, don't tell me this now.
well, it was pretty much. Well, did you
Well,
deem it usable?
Liam said it was usable.
It's been used,
we got
so
some-
yes.
we got-
It's usable. So yeah, we wanted to make sure we had multiple angles of the reenactments. The problem that resulted from this was that we have roughly 5 hours of footage that needed to be cut down to even less than, I suppose it's only a small part of the actual documentary itself, so about 2 minutes in total. So that has been the bane of my life for the last few weeks. What have we learned as people?
Do you want to do that?
Don't piss off Michelle.
Old women love Michelle.
I'm lovely. I'm not a bull.
Always check all your switches.
Young women.
Don't leave John alone with the camera, because he'll wander off.
Don't leave John alone, full stop.
Sunscreen. Lots and lots of sunscreen.
Food.
Park in the car park beside the actual event.
Somebody should always wear a white t-shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
2 people.
Never off a Viking.
Sunscreen in the eyes stings like
John can't take pain.
Trust Liam
Make
with
sure
water.
Yes.
Make sure you have permission to film in places.
Yeah, that's something we should probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never be afraid to ask people if they'll wear a GoPro, because they're usually up for it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
don't ask Oisin to talk to the big scary man who runs the event.
And
What else?
No, but like actual skills we have learned.
Okay.
Okay.
editing.
How to get through a crowd?
I think
Using the Steadicam, even though I never got to take it out for more than 5 minutes.
Listen, it wasn't effective.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have been able to.
We have the test footage, and it was shocking.
If you had tried to wander through a crowd with that, you would have killed someone.
Yeah.
Or yourself.
Also, watch out for kids while filming, because they were everywhere.
And
Yeah.
short.
Oh, yes, so short.
And
Be
like
careful
to
that
grab
they don't
onto
get
the tripod.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. Or they like to sit near it and like,
Or
kind of just
under it.
wobble around.
Or under it, yeah.
So
there's a couple of kids who
never
do.
work with children or animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of learned
Did we
that.
just make up that rule?
Recruit people to, if you're interviewing and there's a crowd of people around, recruit someone to stand on either side of the camera and stop them from walking behind it. Because people will just try and get in.
People
the
are
shot.
stupid.
Also, Vikings in general, they were all lovely people.
They were.
Lovely people.
Yes, the reenactors were great.
Yeah.
They were just really friendly.
And like there is one thing we did learn as well, like just by getting one connection, that's kind of like a gateway to getting more connections.
Yeah.
And you can get so much stuff.
One
done.
Viking is a gateway drug.
We learned to stake out where we were filming before we actually filmed.
Julie learned how to shoot a bow.
Not very well.
Hey!
I knew how to use a camera before this, but now everybody does.
I knew most of it. I'm just
I
terrified.
knew how to
of
use
the
Elva
things.
except the Phantom Bomb.
Yeah.
We also learned some really, really great Des stories. Some
Oh,
more
yeah.
Des stories.
Final Cut Pro? Final Cut Pro is
Fuck.
a
Is that everything?
other things we learned.
No, we can
Oh,
tell.
Canoodle. We learned that Canoodle is an
Oh.
unreal restaurant.
And they'll
That's
deliver
right,
to
they
see
do.
you if they're busy
And they have a big enough order.
yeah.